Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Makeup Nurse. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I just have to say I am so appreciative for everyone that decided to view my first video that I posted onto YouTube. It was so overwhelming and I felt so supported and just elated that people viewed, and I got such a great response. I had a lot of DMs and a lot of love from people that were supporting me and that appreciated the video, my very first video that I put out. Now I will say that this video is a little bit more stressful, not only because it's my second video and I feel like I have kind of a bar that I have to meet or reach, but also because this is the second time that I've had to film this video today. The first one, I put in all this time and effort into editing and did all this different stuff to it and somehow got corrupted and cut out like a huge chunk in the portion and only ended up with like maybe a 7-minute video that was basically me saying hi, and then like that was it. So here we go again. So you missed out on all of the tutorial and this beautiful purple eyeshadow look. And for those of you that know about makeup, you know that's one of the hardest shadows to obtain, or hardest pigments to obtain in the makeup world, is purple. It's just a hard makeup color to mix, but it is one of the ones that we crave the most. At least I do. I just love the color purple, especially in eyeshadows. It's just my favorite. But since you're here, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, hit for all notifications so you can be notified anytime that I post a new video, and give me a thumbs up. Tell me how you like the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave me a comment. Leave me a purple heart for my purple eyeshadow. Well, a couple of things before we get started. Today I've got a new product and I'm not going to show it to you quite yet because I want it to be a surprise, but here's a little sneak peek. It's a palette, and it's where I got the purple eyeshadow from, and it's kind of a surprise. It's kind of a shocking shocking company because they didn't put out such great products there for a while, but I think they got it right with this one. But first off, I wanted to give a shout out to Miss Jessica Vargas. Her channel is called Makeup with Jessica Vargas. She has been super supportive, and she's actually got a giveaway going on her channel right now because she just hit 200 subscribers. So if you can, drop by her channel and say Kim sent you, and give her a like, give her a subscribe, and enter for her giveaway. You never know, you could always win. And she's giving out some pretty good products. Speaking of which, as soon as I hit 100 subscribers, I will be sending out a giveaway, and this little gem that I'm not showing quite yet will be a part of that giveaway as well. Ooh, I've got some animals that have decided to come and join me. I've actually got 2 of them. I've got a puppy and a kitty. They don't normally come up in my room, but I guess they were like, why is Mom talking to herself? Okay. She's like, she's lost it now. Well, anyways, so let's go ahead and dive into the product that I wanted to go over with you today, because I am super excited about it, and it's super affordable if you go to the right place. So one of the places that I like to shop for my makeup is TJ Maxx. They're actually a sister company, or owned by, they all kind of work together, is TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and they have a pretty good makeup and cosmetic selection. They do, you know, skincare, makeup, and it's all high-end products. The only thing with them is that you have to make sure that you take a look to see when the makeup was made, make sure that people haven't stuck their fingers in it or opened or swatched, because I've noticed that with a lot of their makeup, people, I don't know, they pretend like it's Sephora, and then they like swatch and try on the makeup, and they go, oh, I don't want this color, and they put it back and select another one. It's rude. But you do get some really good finds. On this particular palette, I got it for $8, and it's still on sale right now. I can't remember for how much, but it's up there. Sorry, my dog's distracting me right now. Anyways, so let's go ahead and dive into the palette. So for those of you that were thinking, I know that black packaging from somewhere, it's actually from BH Cosmetics. It's the Zodiac palette. I love this palette so much. They've actually got 2 of them out. I have not tried the second one. This one's the Zodiac palette. There's another one that's called Love Signs, and it has more of the pinky and purpley colors, but this one goes by your month. Now, originally when I took a look at this palette, I was just like in awe of the outside colors, and I didn't even notice that there was anything in the middle. But in the middle there's mattes, and then in the very center, this big giant one is actually a highlighter that's white with some purple undertones. And it's just a beautiful palette. Normally for these outside colors, since they're baked, sometimes you have a hard time with them and they just don't pick up so much pigment. But oh my gosh, this thing is just so shocking and so beautiful. I'm going to do some swatches for you since you didn't get a chance to see the tutorial. But I'll tell you what, you won't be disappointed if you go out and pick up this product. It's just that good. So the first one I'm going to go ahead and show you is this greeny color. It's Sagittarius. And look at that. I'm not a professional at swatching at all. Then we've got Scorpio. It's coppery. Isn't that beautiful? Libre. Hopefully you can see that. I know my lights are a little bit bright. And Virgo. Look at that. Nice little pink champagne-y color. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in, I think, with my favorite one, probably because it's my own birth month, and that is Gemini. Look at that. It's a silver. Gosh, it's so beautiful. Just a great, great palette. Now, this is not what has made this palette like my favorite and go-to lately. That's not even what like drove it home to me to say, oh my god, I just love this thing so much and I'll recommend it to anyone. It was the mattes that I didn't even see when I first saw the palette. This inner ring right here that has the mattes, it has shades that are like all neutrals right about here, and then it dips into your purples, and then it has a good black, a couple of browns. But these purples, oh my gosh, they're just insane. And like I said before, they are the hardest pigment to get. But with mattes, normally they're like really chunky and gross. Not for every company, but for most companies. Like if you go out and buy some drugstore makeup, you'll have a little bit harder time with purples. But just take a look at this. This one is kind of like a mauve toned purple. Picked up a lot on that one. So look at that. Look at that. It's just so pretty. And that one is more of a deep lavender. It's almost the same color as my shirt. I think this one's my favorite. It's like a lilac. And then this one is probably the deepest purple in the bunch. And it's like a black undertoned purple. It's just beautiful. So this is what I used to get my eye look today. And I don't know if you can still see it, but I kind of messed up on this one side. And I did have to go back and fix it. And I did that with some concealer. And I wish I would have had a chance to show you guys that. But unfortunately, since my software decided to do something a little bit different today than what we had in store, stuff happens. But instead, we'll get to chop the video a little bit shorter and get down to business. So I did get a couple of questions that came over from Angelina. She was talking about her concealer. She said that she had gotten the Kylie concealer and that she liked it, but it was in the wrong shade. I know that can be really frustrating. I have a hard time getting the right shade. A lot of times they're not light enough for my skin tone, because I of course like to go a couple of shades lighter so that I can lighten up the area, especially underneath my eyes, and I like to do it a little bit on my forehead and chin. She said that, you know, that it's just not the right tone. And sometimes what you can do is, if they won't take it back at the store, or if you just don't have time, you don't want to deal with it, and you want to go ahead and use your product because you spent so much money on it, is you can go to a couple different places. You can go online, you can go into the store, but you can go to LA Girl or you can go to e.l.f. and they carry a white-based cosmetic mix-in that you can mix into your product. So say if you have a foundation that's too dark for you, like it's your summer tone, but you need to lighten it up for the winter, you can just buy this product. You can mix it on your hand. Just go ahead and put like a couple of dots of it and put it in with your foundation or with your concealer, mix it together, and then go ahead and apply it. Just get to the shade that you like, or you can do it, you know, on a piece of plastic or a mixing board, or you can do it directly on your face. And if you're really daring, you can go ahead and put it in your a product altogether and get it to the right tone that you want to get it to. But that's a good way to kind of color correct your foundation to get it to your shade. You can do it with, they have different tones as well that you can go with. They have blues and blacks and stuff to deepen it or correct the undertone for you. But if it's just to lighten it, just go grab some white and it'll help you out. Another thing is you can mix it just kind of with a lighter shade, like an inexpensive brand. I just try to get like the same consistency of the cosmetic that you're already using. So like if you're using a super thin like I like to use the Age Rewind that's a super thin. I would get something that's similar to that and mix it together. Like I like to do if I need like a super coverage kind of thing, I'll use this. This is like so super coverage, the Master Conceal. Oh, what brand are you? I don't even remember anymore. I haven't used it in so long. Last time I think I used this product was with my son's girlfriend. They went to a dance or something, and I was like covering up her blemishes. But this one's a little bit too pinky undertone, and it's a little bit too dark of a shade. But I'll mix that with my Age Rewind and to kind of thin it out for my liking, but it really like conceals super well and it lasts for a really long time, so that you know you can go out and go places, and especially if you need it to last for a long time. The other thing she was asking or was talking about was kind of like what is appropriate shades for your age, and I don't really think that there's an appropriate shade or non-appropriate shade for your age range. What I think that gets tricky is probably chunky glitters. I think that gets really difficult as you get older, because a lot of chunky glitters can like really settle and create extra creases and cracks in your eyelids and make you look older than you actually are. And so what I would say like that kind of combats that is like your Stilas. They don't tend to settle as bad. They're not as chunky and as cakey. You want to kind of keep it a little bit finer, or sticking with shimmer shades rather than going with those chunky harsh glitters. The other thing is to always try to bring a little bit of light towards the inner part of your eyes. As you can see, like I went with a really dark shimmer on the outside, the purple color, and then when I brought it in towards the inside of my eyes, I used the Gemini, which is the silver color, to bring in some brightness, which draws in some light. And I also used a silvery eyeliner in my waterline, and just to bring in some light into my eyes and to keep my eyes looking a little bit more open. So those are kind of some tricks, but I don't really think that there's a shade that you should stay away from when you get older. I mean, if you want to do a smoky look when you get older, just try to you know, do a gradient, getting a little bit lighter towards the inside. Another trick that I've learned with hooded eyes or deep set eyes is pretend that you've got like this line. This line, you have to make up your own eyelid, because otherwise, if I was to go by what they say to go by with, you know, any other makeup artist, if I was to just stay with my actual crease, which is like right here, when I open up my eyes, no one would be able to see any of my makeup, because as soon as I open up my eyes, all of my makeup would be covered by my own eyelid. So what I do is I actually take my color all the way straight across. So I take like a line, it's straight across like this. Of course it's blended. I don't make a stark line, but I take my color all the way up here and then towards the outer part. Instead of taking my makeup and bringing it all the way down like this, I bring it down, but then I also bring it up this way so that it gives the illusion that my eyes are a little bit more lifted than they actually are. Because if you bring it down too much, then it makes your eyes look even lower. And you can get away with that when you're younger. But as you get older, it just makes them look way too droopy. And if you've already got droopy or downturned eyes, it just makes it look worse. But I hope that I answered your question for you, Angelina. But thanks for reaching out to me. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and liking my channel. And I wish that I would have had a chance for you guys to see the whole video and the whole eye look. I promise next time that you'll be able to. We're going to go ahead and get a different editing software because this one definitely ruined my day. I was not very happy with what happened. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next time on the next one. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe to my channel, and have a good night. All right, thanks. Bye.